Hey everybody, I'm Alex Blue, and today I got a kind of mystery bag of Marvel cards, as it says there. I believe they're all X-Men cards, though, because I looked through them briefly the first day I got them, which has been a little bit. But yeah, I've been wanting to show you guys what I got. So I'm going to open this up and show you guys every card I got in this X-Men blind bag. Okay, so I got it open. So the first card that we see here is Boom Boom. I think she's a really cool character, by the way. I don't think I've ever really talked to her much on the channel yet. But yeah, I think she's a very underrated X-Men character and mutant character on X-Force, I believe it is as well. And was it New Mutants or one of the other ones she's, I think, started out on as well. I remember she's on a team that I read before anyways, before that. But yeah, she's a very cool character. Very happy to have this one. I did not have this card yet either. All right. Next up, Dark Phoenix. This one is really awesome, of course. Jean Grey is one of my, way high up there favorite X-Men anyways. And Dark Phoenix is a very cool character, and her costume is also really awesome. Love the red and kind of yellowish colors together on that. Yeah, very cool card for sure. I love the artwork as well. And of course on that one too so far. But yeah, let's see what else we got after this. Oh, nice. We have Longshot. Very cool. I love the artwork on all these in general, so I was going to say that for all of them. But yeah, very cool. I really like this a lot. Longshot's a very cool character too. That I also think may still be a little bit underrated overall, unless you're a really big comic reader, because I don't feel like he's nearly as famous as a lot of the mutant characters that people know more. Especially for people who aren't comic readers that much. Next up, we have Imperial Guard. That one's pretty awesome. I know Gladiator is the character right here in the middle. The other ones, I don't think I actually remember their names yet, but they're pretty interesting looking too. Yeah, this is very cool though, for sure. Next up, we have we have Who. I was joking when the day I got it and said it was the World Health Organization. I told my sister, but yeah. Anyways, really cool though. I don't know much about them yet in there. I probably saw them in one of the books, but not too familiar with them yet. All right, see, it's sliding apart here. Oh yeah, next up we have Lilandra. I remember her a lot from the X-Men animated series, the original one. And yeah, she's always seemed like a pretty cool character. She looks really interesting, very metallic looking suit. And she is of the Shi'ar Empire, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And she's like the leader or something like that of them. I remember kind of, more or less kind of what she is. But yeah, she seems like she's really cool. And I remember she, I think, dates Charles Xavier at times. So yeah, very cool card in general. We also have another Who. So put that up there on that one. Whenever I hit doubles, I'll just show it and then I'll go ahead and put it up there. Next up, we have Sunspot. Very cool. He's, of course, on the X-Men 97 show. I was glad that they added him in the mix, by the way. So far, I thought he's pretty interesting on that, too. But yeah, I've always thought Sunspot looks really cool, and his powers are very interesting and very powerful, too, for that matter. So very happy to get this card. I didn't have him yet, either. Well, they quit sliding on me here. Well, I'll just do like this. Next up, we have Jean Grey. Very awesome Jean Grey card and also artwork for that matter. But yeah, Jean Grey, like I said, is one of my favorite X-Men way up there anyway, so I'm very glad I got a normal version of her too. And this is, of course, the way she looks on the X-Men animated series too with that costume. Next up, we have the Brood. Very creepy looking look on the Brood on this one. I guess they're always pretty scary looking as far as it goes, but yeah, very disturbing artwork. I like how they made it look really creepy because that's what it should look like. Yeah, very awesome stuff there. By the way, on the back of all of them, once again, they have a really cool power scale there and talks about them and all that kind of stuff too. I won't show it on every card, but I was just showing you guys, it's really cool that they do that, and I love the details of that. We have another Dark Phoenix. And next up, we have Blob. Really cool close-up of Blob there. Very menacing look on him. We have, okay, this is a character that I don't actually think I know anything about yet, unless I'm mistaken, but I don't think I know who Shiva really was yet. I might have saw him, but I don't know much about that character yet. But they look really cool, though. Really awesome look to them, for sure. Kind of reminds me of a Shredder and Strife mixed up or something like that. This character I don't know too much about yet either. I think I've heard of him and might have read a story with him before. I don't know. We have Mask, very creepy kind of sorcerer looking type of character there. And then, of course, everybody probably knows these if you know the X Men. We have Sentinels, very sweet, like that a lot. We also have another Sentinels and another one. Honestly, that makes a lot of that makes a lot of sense in canon for the cards. Anyways, it should be a bunch of Sentinels, I guess, because that's how it usually is. Anyways, all right. Next up, we have Mojo 2. Now, I'm not real familiar yet why it's Mojo 2. Maybe you guys already have the insight on that, but of course I know who Mojo is. But yeah, it looks pretty cool. I don't know if there's probably some story beat for that. I don't know if it's him transformed or if it's a totally different person or what. But yeah, very cool looking card. Very creepy, I might add too. Next up, we have Shatterstar. He's a character that I haven't saw pop up a lot personally since the 90s. Maybe he's been in stuff that I haven't read since then. But yeah, I think he's a pretty interesting character that I haven't really saw a lot of him in the comics since then. Next up, we have a character I've always really liked too, Forge. Very awesome. He's a really useful character and very smart, of course. And he actually has been in X-Men 97 too, and I've liked him in that so far as well. Next up, we have Multiple Man. Very cool on that. You see, of course, tons of versions of him. That's what he does. He's always been a very cool character too. I actually like him quite a lot. We also have Quicksilver. I didn't have a card of him yet in this either, I don't believe, so it's very cool to get him as well. Great kind of close-up, full-body action shot, too. We also have Maverick. Maverick is a character. Let me try to get that. Yeah, there we go. Maverick is also a character that I own the first issue of his run, so that's pretty cool to get a card of him. I think he seems really cool. I actually need to read that and start reading. And I have a few more of his issues, too, after number 1. We also have Archangel. I think Archangel is one of the coolest characters in all of the mutants, honestly. He's, I think he's like somewhere like 13th or 14th on my overall favorite X-Men. Somewhere like right after the 10. He's somewhere at that, I remember, because I listed all of them. But he's one of the coolest ones, period. And he, if anything, he's probably only gaining spots as we speak, as time goes on for me going up even higher. Next up, we have Banshee. We have him in the kind of more prototypical 90s X-Men looking colors. Of course, I always like the green costume as well, but I actually like any character that's in the X-Men looking like this too. I always think it's really cool to see what they look like in the more kind of base form, costumes that they always use. Yeah, Banshee's a very interesting character too. Next up, we have Mastermind. I think I've read stuff with him in it before. He's, of course, a villain, as it says there. Yeah, it's pretty interesting looking. We have another Mastermind. Okay, next up we have Saturn. So she's a supervillain, apparently. I don't remember right off the top of my head who exactly she is in the comics, but I feel like I've probably saw her before, just based off from the name. Sounds familiar. Yeah, she looks really cool. She almost kind of reminds me of Emma Frost. I don't know whether or not she has anything to do with her or if she's like a clone or something, but if not, yeah, she looks really cool either way. I'll probably read that card later and see what it says on it, by the way, so I know about her and the other ones I don't know about as much. Next up, we have Caliban. Very physically strong and tough, good mutant. Oh, well, he was a villain, I guess, at first. I forgot about that. It's his super villains. But when I usually read him, he's a hero by then, so that's kind of interesting. But yeah, he's a very cool character for sure. We have another Caliban here, and another Brood. Very cool card, like I said, though. Oh, yeah, okay, and now we get into the 2 Danger Room cards, which are basically like the puzzle cards that goes together if you have all, I think it's like 9 or something like that of them. So I have the Gambit one, which is really cool because Gambit's one of my favorite X-Men. I think he's number 3 overall, or no, number 2 overall, I believe is what I said last time. But yeah. So I have the Gambit one, like I said, and I also have the Archangel one. So I have 2 pieces of that now, so that's pretty cool. I don't think I had the other ones previously, unless I had something a long time ago where I had some of them in it. But as far as I know, I think it's the first 2 I have. So it's very cool to get 2 pieces of that. We have X-Men. So a really cool lineup here of the X-Men in general. I don't know if this is just ones they selected out, if it was a particular team from a few issues or what, but some of my favorites here for sure, and love the artwork, of course. We also have Mutant Liberation Front with Strife leading the way, it looks like. Very cool. I think Strife is a very interesting character, too, by the way. We have another Mutant Liberation Front. Okay, now we have some more single ones, apparently, too. We have Cannonball, good old Kentucky-born boy like me. So I've always liked Cannonball, especially since I found out he's from Kentucky. It's kind of awesome. But yeah, very cool character, and I like the card as well. It's kind of interesting that that's a sideways one, too. We also have one of my favorite, I think he was like number 5 or 6 or 7 in that range of my favorite X-Men in general, which is Havoc. I've always, in recent years, really liked him a lot. So very cool to get his card and get it a sideways one, too. It's kind of interesting. Oh, yeah, okay. Next up, we have Siren. I forget. I think she's Banshee's daughter, right? Does that seem right? I think so. She's something to do with him because she wears like very similar, costume to him, like his classic one. But yeah, she always seems like a cool character too, though I don't know a ton about her yet other than just the basic stuff. But great looking card too. I really like that one a lot. We also have another Cannonball. We have Phoenix. This is, I think, Rachel Summers, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's right. She always seems like a pretty interesting character. I think she's still in the newer ones too, if I remember correctly, the ones I read. We have the Upstarts. I don't actually know too much about them, but I think I know this guy. I think he's a villain in some of the issues I read recently. Oh yeah, and the guy right there, I think he might be the one that's one of the acolytes for Magneto, if I'm not mistaken. Whatever his name is, I forget, but I know his name for sure if it is that guy. Typically. All right, now let's get into the last stretch of them here. We've got, starting off with a really cool one, we have Apocalypse. Probably, arguably, the X-Men's greatest foe, maybe. Definitely one of the most dangerous ones and one of the most interesting ones, and one of the most probably popular ones, too. I'd say quite up there on all of those things. Yeah, Apocalypse is a very interesting character and very cool as well, so I'm very glad to get that. Didn't have him yet. We have another Caliban. Oh, okay, here we go. We got Omega Red, one of the cooler looking villains, I would say, in all of X-Men, and a very threatening one as well. And I feel like he's one of the ones that stays a villain all the time and doesn't become like a hero or anti-hero, as far as I know at least. Which is kind of nice when you have some villains that are so evil they're always evil. Next up, we have Gambit. I don't think I had the normal Gambit card yet, except for the Danger Room one, so that's awesome to get one of him. Very happy about that for sure. We have another Quicksilver. Oh, nice. We have a Shadow King. Very cool. Shadow King is a very interesting character. One of the most interesting psychological ones of the X-Men, I would say, villain-wise. This one's awesome. Especially love the artwork on this one. This is one of my favorite ones as far as artwork goes. We have Lady Deathstrike with awesome color splash in the background. Her claws on full display as well. We have and then finally, last but not least, we have another Mastermind. So yeah, I'm Alex Big Blue. I really like these cards a lot. Thank you guys for watching. See you later.